Nate Mechaelsen with us as you guys pick up a 40-0 win. Head coach of the Underwood Eagles here, 40-0 over HSTW. Pretty impressive performance. I mean, was there much that you weren't happy with that your team came out and did here tonight?
Just off the top of my head, I'd have to look at film, but first and foremost, I love the way our kids compete every single week. You know, as soon as we step out here between the white lines, our kids give us everything they have, and that was no different tonight. In terms of, I thought a concern of mine was our running game. I wanted to get our running game established before the game. I knew they were tough and physical up front. They had a lot of team speed on defense. I think the thing I'm most pleased about, other than the overall effort, is just how well we ran the football.
Yeah, were you expecting to be able to do that? Really nobody had against them except for maybe Clarinda, which runs a completely different system.
To run it as well as we did, no, I did not expect that. I think our offensive line had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder coming into the week because all we had heard about was their interior on the defensive side of the ball. We got some good players up front that have improved immensely over the last year, and I think they're out to prove something tonight.
Well, you made some big plays through the air as you typically do too. What were some of the, I guess, keys that were able to help you move the ball down the field in that regard?
I think just being able to run the football, first of all, helped us put the ball in the air and get some softer coverage maybe on the edge. We got receivers that do a good job of making a play on the ball when the ball's in the air. So we trust, you know, we threw a couple touchdowns in the third quarter on the same fade route. We trust almost everybody we put out there that they're going to come down with a jump ball.
You talked about the offensive line really kind of coming in with a chip on their shoulder to control things. Your defensive line controlled it up front too. A lot of tackles for loss and not much push that they were getting. Tell us a little bit about that way that matchup played out.
I think it was. We're undersized every time we step on the field defensively, up front anyway. We rely on our team speed, and I think that showed a lot tonight. Sometimes on their option plays, they'll leave a defensive lineman and try to get to second level, and our guys did a good job of being quick enough to make that play in the backfield tonight. And that's what we're going to have to rely on the rest of the year, is just our overall toughness and our speed up front.
Well, you forced a lot of turnovers too and got some really key plays by guys in the turnover department. Yeah,
and I think that's uncharacteristic of AHSTW. They really take care of the ball for the most part. On film, they took care of the ball pretty well. So that's something that we our goals didn't change. We try to force 3 turnovers a game, and we did that tonight. But I think it was a little out of character for them on some of their turnovers. But to our kids' credit, we jumped on top of some of those balls and gave the ball back to our offense.
7-0 sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It's beats the alternative, that's for sure.
Well, and you had mentioned at the beginning of the season the goal was to play into the month of November. That is not necessarily looking like that would be a surprise at all at this point.
At this point, we have two games left in our regular season. That's what we're going to focus on. When the page turns to the playoffs, we'll reevaluate where we're at, and we'll move forward a game at a time once that season starts. But I think our football team is plenty capable of making some noise in the postseason.
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
I appreciate
your time
it. Thank
here.
you very much.